damn, I wish I really said what I felt in that meeting. I just don't know what she meant by that statement. She doesn't understand my point of view at all. I really don't understand why we're doing this initiative. I totally disagree, but I just know there's no way he'll hear me out. He's way too busy. I wish I just had the space to properly explain what I mean. Now, how many times have we all had situations like that and thoughts in our mind like that? It happens a lot. I get it. Information intake is high, we're busy, and the schedule moves on. The meeting is closed, or we have to move on to the next task. But the problem is, what happens, those miscommunications, we let them stew. And they turn into guarded relationships. Those guarded relationships turn into a breakdown in trust, and all the while we've got inefficiencies happening throughout the business with miscommunications, misunderstandings, and misunderstanding our intent with each other. And that leads to deep inefficiencies and poor team performance. So don't let it stew. Give Me 5 is a great ritual for situations like this. It's a very simple card-based ritual format that allows two people to take a misunderstanding or a miscommunication and turn it into commitment and collaboration. Give Me 5 creates a known format, permission and structure to allow for active listening and open conversation. Each of the people involved gets 5 minutes to talk while the other person listens. This is active listening. They're not listening to try and make their point or to try and come up with a smart answer. They're listening to understand the other person. And on the cards that they'll use during this ritual, it helps to prompt and ensure that that is what happens. So each person gets 5 minutes to air while the other person listens actively and then poses why questions to really understand the root cause and what has happened behind the misunderstanding. Now this leads to a great communication moment between two individuals. They start to understand each other deeply, they get to the bottom of root cause, and they've developed a deeper trust than they had when they had that miscommunication in the first place. So it can really help to form the bonds that are behind high team performance. It's a great idea to set the stall. And what I mean by that is make sure that everybody in your community is aware that they can use Give Me 5. It's not just for the managers, it's not just for the leaders. Anybody can use Give Me 5 with anybody. Once that's installed and everybody understands that it can be used, and do make sure everyone watches this overview video, it creates a safety blanket across your community. Everybody knows that they have a space and a permission-based system that they can use to air any miscommunications or misunderstandings. Try and suggest to everybody to use Give Me 5 before they need it to solve a conflict. And here's the question you should pose to each other. When was the last time you had 5 clear minutes to talk about something with no one interrupting? And an active listener whose specific job is to try and focus on you, understand what you're talking about, and then ask you questions why? It hasn't happened. I know that from my research. Extensive research on this shows that we simply do not have that space uninterrupted where someone is not trying to either make their point of view or try and get their opinion across. So this space becomes a really important part of your culture. If the miscommunication or misunderstanding has just happened and emotions are high, it's better to give it a little bit of time. Either wait a couple of hours or even wait until the next day and then politely ask your colleague, can we use the Give Me 5 ritual? It'll give you time to collect your thoughts, it'll give time for the emotions to simmer down a little bit, and it will make a much more proactive use of that time together. I hope you enjoy embedding Give Me 5 into your team culture. It's a really simple ritual, and it's helped me in the past with my businesses from very, very costly breakdowns in relationships. I hope it can do the same for you. Not only will it build your team performance, but if it helps you to get to know each other better and you enjoy working together more, then that's a great thing, right? I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.